Okay, we're getting ready to paint here. You see I've got my rips ready in the background there, and these are where my planets are going to be. My paints are ready, my tools are ready. So we're going to put some red down here. Okay, we're going to come in with some yellow on the base of this planet here, and some yellow in there. Just use your imagination. There is no definition of what colors you can use and not to use. All right. Now we're going to come in with some blue and kind of make, well, water. Okay. Now, we're coming back with a little black, no, a little green in there first. That's right. Okay, now that's a fouled tip, and it makes little speckles, and we'll use that again later. Sometimes fouled tip ain't a bad thing. Okay. Now we're going to come in with the little rips here, and we're just going to use our hand and our fingers, and we're going to pull the paper. We're going to slide it, just like that. Okay, and you'll notice in a while that this is too small. We're going to have to do this red one again. Okay, same thing. Pull the paper. Right there, slide. Okay, pull it off. And that gives you your texture you're looking for. Okay. Now we're going to think about, okay, where is the sun coming from? Over here. So you have dark sides on these planets. Alright, so you take your black paint, and you're going to come in here, and you're going to make your dark side of your planets. Somewhat like that. Yeah, don't go crazy, just a little bit. Now here's what I was talking about. It's too small. Okay, so we're going to have to come back in with the red and make it a little bit larger. There we go, like that. Alright, then we're going to have to rip it again. Now here's the problem. This happens all the time when you're new. See that line? That doesn't work. So then you go there, and that doesn't work. Alright, well, it's easy to fix. You just take some black in here and come back and rip it like that. Come back with your black paint, put your shadow or dark side of the planet back on, boom, put your dome down, just like that, and your other one here. Good. Okay, now we're ready to start working on the sky. Okay, just up in here. Don't mess down here yet, because we're going to be landscaping. We're going to put some cliffs and some water and stuff down there, so just work on the skyline right now. Alright, that's what I'm saying. Don't mess with the bottom, just work with the sky. Okay, here we go with some blue. Alright, and we're going to come around and, don't go completely ape on it, just a little, And then I'm going to go ahead and shoot some colors into it. That's a speckled green I was talking about, okay? Alright, now we're going to come in with some red. Alright, good. And a straight line starts to give me a base of where I know the sky ends and the land begins. Okay, I'm going to come in with a little purple. Alright, now I'm coming in with my black. And you're not going to completely cover it. You want some of that color showing through. Okay? And now I'm going to take my white and I'm going to turn it upside down and shoot it up in the air and let it fall back on the painting. And it gives you very fine stars. Some people flick it with their fingers. I don't like that method so much, but to each their own. When you flick it, sometimes they get too big. You'll have a star the size of a moon. Alright, now you're going to come in and start on the landscape. We're going to use yellow here on the sides, okay, just like this. Pretty liberal on the paint, because you're going to be, moving this paint around. So you don't want a thin layer. You want it pretty thick. Okay, here comes the grapple, as I call it. Okay, now I'll work on my blue line. This is going to be the water. And we're going to come in pretty heavy on the blue and really heavy on the white. Okay, and you'll see why. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is, get good amount of paint in there, and then just smear it like this, just like that. Gives it beautiful water. All right, sort of with the wave action and stuff like that. Now I'm going to come back with the black. We're going to cover up all of that. People are like, well, why do you paint and then cover it up? Well, this is why. Because you're looking for those colors to come out, all of them, black, purple, yellow, blues by the edges. Okay, form it to your area and start pulling it off. All right, don't pull too much. 1 or 2 times will do just fine. Just like that. That's fine. Okay, and we're going to do the same to the other side, and sort of form it to that black line along the water. Maybe leave a little bit there for shadowing. Okay, and the same thing all the way to the bottom. Okay, smear the bottom base. That just kind of brings it all together and cleans up that bottom edge. Okay, now I am coming in with a straight edge. That's too small, so I need my big one. Alright, I'm going to put a little dark blue up here, and what's this going to do is sort of give a little distance, or, further away, a darker blue. Okay, I'm going to pull off the globes to reveal the planets. Okay, good. Now we want to, well, you got to have a star, right? No, actually I'm going to detail first. Okay, I'm going to go around these edges of the cliffs with this, it's just a doweling that's been sharpened, and that's going to give me some detailed edge. So to kind of separate the landscape from the water. Again, this is very elementary landscaping. You get way more detailed, and we'll get into that later. First, I'll sign your name. It's wet. You might as well. Okay, you're going to do that anyway. And why waste the clear when the paint's already wet? Go ahead and detail a little in here, right? Now, I'm going to work on some what I call lunar plants. Okay, and this is where your clear comes in. This is your best friend. Okay, you're going to be revealing the paint that's under that black there and under those stars, and that clear allows you to push it away just like this. And again, I'm using the back side of a razor blade, the part you would normally hold, because of that smooth round edge. You don't want sharp here. It will cut the paper, and that's, you go through all this work and you cut your paper, and then you're, well, pissed off. Okay, and then now I'm going to do a little detail on the root work here, sort of like that, a little this and that, whatever, I'm going to mess the one up on the other side here in a minute, and they'll just come back with a sponge and diffuse it anyway. Okay, now we're going to work on this side, a little clear, and that allows you to get back into that paint that's already starting to dry. Okay, so here we go, just like that, and like that. I'm going to push one of these right up into that planet. I think it's this, yeah, just like that, boom. Okay, and then see, I'm going to do a little root work, and quit laughing at my bald head. A little root work here, and see, I messed that up. I'm like, yeah, it looks like crap. Alright, so I'm like, okay, I'll get a piece of sponge, wherever there it is. Alright, and I'm just going to come in and diffuse it a little bit. See, the nice thing about spray paint work is it's always fixable. As long as you got clear and things are wet, you can always fix it. Alright, now we're going to, I believe, talk about the sun. Yes, okay, here comes the sun. Now remember the dark sides of the planet. Okay, now we're going to put the sun where it should be, up here. Now you can do this, basically keep that off of a paper about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. If paint does that, get that off there. Don't drip that on your painting. Okay, and a little pop pop there, and there you go. There's your distant sun. Okay, now we're going to do a boo-boo here. Okay, so I was going to put a comet there, but you see I pushed down on it and it pulled the paint off. Okay, if you do a comet like that, let it dry. Okay, and then go in, because I'm going to say it's going to pull it off. So now I got to fix that. Okay, how do you fix that? Well, you obviously are not going to go through and repaint the whole thing. Okay, now what did I say about being prepared? I wasn't prepared. Okay, the thing I need to fix it is up on the bench. I'm down on the floor. Okay, and basically what I need is a piece of paper that I'm going to shape in a semi-oval and make a head to the comet, so it makes that problem disappear. Alright, it shouldn't be a problem you dealt with anyway, because you should let that dry. But this is an example of what can happen and how you fix it. Okay, so what I'm going to come in here is make sort of a semi-oval edge here. I'm going to take a little bit of white paint up on the paper, and I'm going to put a head to the comet like that. Okay, now our problem is solved. This is pretty much basic painting 101. It's a little more detailed, but you get the idea of, if you think ahead and you watch other artists, this is how it's done. This is basic 101 painting. Alright, so any questions, email me at sarrshetley at narf,